Happy Sunday, guys. So this is the second time I'm gonna try recording this video. The first time there was no audio. There was just a bunch of things moving on the screen. I hope this time there is audio. If there isn't, then I just give up, I guess. But I hope that's not the case. I see the line on the audio thing moving, so hopefully it works. Okay, I wanna talk about the markets and what I'm seeing and how I'm planning to trade, if at all, given the current conditions. So let's start with the S&P on the weekly. It's in a pretty bearish looking chart. We're making lower highs and lower lows. Nothing really to see here. Yes, we've seen a nice rally, but again, we're still below the previous pivot high. We haven't made a higher low yet. So again, it's too premature to start celebrating at this point, in my opinion. I'm staying conservative. I'd like to see more. I'd like to see more momentum. Might take a while. So let's see. There's nothing really to see here, in my opinion, on the weekly at least. It's the same with the Nasdaq as well. It looks worse than the S&P, but again, it's structurally it's the same. The lower highs, lower lows. We need to see more. Uh, on the daily, though, it's a different story. We're seeing some signs of reversal. But again, the daily is less important than the weekly. But again, of course, if the weekly is going to turn at some point, the daily is going to turn first. So can this be bullish? Yes. Are we going to know anytime soon? No. We're going to have to wait to get confirmation on the weekly, at least for me to start feeling comfortable. And it's similar on the NASDAQ, just worse. The NASDAQ kind of looks pretty weak compared to the S&P. Um, Looking at the moving averages, this pink line is the 200-day moving average. So we're testing it as support right now. It was resistance here the last time we tested it. So we're testing it as support now. Again, that's a good sign. If we can hold it and continue our move upwards, I think that's a pretty positive sign. But again, it's too premature to say whether we have held it or not. And if we look at the NASDAQ, the yellow line is the 100 moving average, the 100-day SMA. That again, we're testing it now. Let's see if this acts as resistance and we go down, or we go up, test it as support, and then continue to go up more. But again, we're at a pretty crucial point with respect to the moving averages on the indices. Let me see if that's about it for S&P and Nasdaq. We're at important areas. Still would like to see more strength. The next thing I want to talk about is the DXY. We broke this pivot low, which is a very good sign. But again, this other area, this whole area is kind of important in my opinion, because again, sure, this is a pivot low and we're below it, which I am very happy about. And we're also closed below the lowest point here in August, which again is a very good sign. But again, we're still in a pretty important area right now, and I would like us to maybe bounce a little bit here and then continue the momentum down. Or, I mean, if we just want to go straight down, that's fine too. Uh, but again, I would just like for this to show more weakness as well, so risk assets can gain more confidence. For now, though, this is an encouraging sign, but again, I haven't seen enough from the DXY to make me super comfortable. It is a positive sign in general, though, in my opinion. Um, what else do I want to look at? I've been looking at this, the core inflation. Everyone's getting really excited about the remarks that Jay Powell made last time, saying that maybe this December meeting is when they're going to start reducing the speed of rate increases, which again is a good sign. But one, he hasn't done it yet. And two, even if they raise by 50, that's still pretty high. And it's prudent to probably be a little bit careful right now with taking too much risk in the market. So again, I'm looking forward to seeing what these numbers are going to be, not this week, but the week after. Um, Again, we were at all-time highs just one reading ago. We've had one reading where we were below all-time highs. It's not a bad sign, but it's not great either. Like 6.3 core inflation is really high. We were at, you know, multi-decade highs in September. We've made one low in October. I'd like to see this more continuation with this trend going down. I'd like us to see a few readings where we're continuously seeing reduced inflation, which will give the Fed a little bit of confidence, and that will in turn give me a little bit of confidence. So um, again, not much to see here. Yes, it's a good sign that the Fed is sounding a little bit less hawkish, but again, we need to see more. Inflation is too high. Just yeah, inflation is just too high. There's no other way to put it. Um, Moving on to Bitcoin, I think the monthly is a good level to start. This 2017 December close. It's the quarterly close, the yearly close, the monthly close. This is the level, 13,800 level. Um, we're kind of in no man's land if we just look at the monthly right now. Um, will we go and tag that level? I don't know. Am I interested in doing business above that level just based on buying the dip? No. So I would like us to at least get to that 13,800 level for me to start being interested in buying a dip. But that's probably not where I'm going to buy. Where I'm going to start getting really interested is this 11,500 level, which is a pivot high from early 2018. It's another pivot high area from June 2019, another pivot area from August 2020. So that level just seems more likely to me to be safer. And again, do we get to that level? I don't know. But at this point, I think preservation of capital is more important than trying to eke out a few, 5, 10, 20% from the market and taking a big risk of having a major drawdown. Like, for example, just from the 13.8 to the 11.5 level, uh-oh, is 20%, is 18.5%. So if you buy this level and the market actually wants to go to 11.5, do you really want to take an 18% drawdown? Me personally, I don't. I would rather play the bounce from 11.5 to 13.8. That makes me much more comfortable. Uh, but again, who knows what the market does? These are all decisions that I'll make once we get there. But before we get there, I'm not interested in buying any dips, catching any knives at all. Where I am looking to play momentum is on the daily time frame, which again doesn't look great. It's not looking horrible, but it doesn't look great either. I would have liked to see more strength here, but there was no continuation. We barely broke above this level, this high, this kind of pivot high area, which again is not even that strong of a level. We could barely close above it. We're closing below it. Now we're just going sideways, kind of sideways and down. Um, Maybe the traditional markets save us once they open in a few hours. But again, I'm just not seeing too much interest in crypto, especially Bitcoin at this point. Maybe we need to go down more, or maybe what I personally would make me feel more comfortable putting money in the market for trades is just getting more clarity with what's happening with Genesis. Again, they've been quiet for too long. I don't know if people are forgetting about them or not, but I think some clarity from them, either way, whether they're going to be able to save the situation or if they're going to, just file for bankruptcy, sell their assets, it's some clarity would give the market more confidence, in my opinion, because this uncertainty is more of a concern to me. Um, so yeah, I would like to see some clarity on Genesis as well. Maybe that's what's keeping the markets down. But again, if the S&P starts going down, if the S&P from here starts turning a little bit, it's going to be kind of hard for Bitcoin to stay at these levels. Then I would expect a breakdown of this level going forward. Let me look at my notes. Yeah, that's about it. I was kind of starting to get a little optimistic here, but then the volume just died out and we started just kind of fizzling. The momentum just kind of started fizzling. If we can reclaim this level, this 17.2-ish area, we can reclaim that and have some more volume, then I might start getting interested in entering some alt plays just to play like a little bit of momentum. But other than that, I'm just sitting tight. I'm still 100% cash and yeah, just being patient. I'll buy if we go lower, I'll buy if we go higher. This area in itself, I'm not interested in. That's it, guys. I hope you found this helpful. And if you have any feedback or any comments or anything you want me to look at, please reach out. If you know me personally, you know how to get to me, uh, or just leave a comment on the video. And yeah, I hope you found this helpful. Cheers. Bye bye.